Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I just am going to be filming my Muerte palette by Melt Cosmetics. Oh my gosh, I just got this in the mail. I took off my face that I've had all day long and I reapplied it just so I can film with this beauty right here. So if you guys are excited as much as I am to see swatches and also play with this beauty, definitely continue watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right in because I just want to dip my little brushes into this beauty. So I just got this in the mail today, and it got here super fast. When did I order this? I don't even remember. Let's see on my phone. When did I order this? I think it launched on a Friday. So I ordered this on Thursday or Friday at midnight because it was launching at midnight, and today is Tuesday. I think I would have gotten it on Monday if it wasn't a holiday, but I got it on Tuesday, so I got it super quickly. So Melt Cosmetics did launch the Amor Eterno collection, and they have a Muerte palette and also the Vida palette that I did not pick up. Kind of regret that, but this one was definitely the one that I was gravitated towards. Look how beautiful this packaging is. It's so pretty. And then the outer box is pretty much the same as the palette, but you don't get like the glossy like roses that you do get on the actual palette. This is such a beautiful packaging. They definitely like blew everyone out of the water with packaging this year. Like, I think it's really beautiful. So this does come in a cardboard packaging. You do get a magnetic closure, and you also get this like really thick plastic. You also do get a mirror. Here are the beautiful shades you get in this palette. How beautiful is this? Tell me how beautiful is this? Like, I thought this was super pretty when I saw it in pictures, but in person I was like honestly, it's super pretty. I'm not trying to exaggerate or anything. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but it's beautiful. Like, this is very pretty. So I do have the Smoke Sessions palette, Gemini, and also the 27 palette by Melt Cosmetics. So I wanted to do like comparisons on some of these shades because in the Muerte palette, when I saw it, the shade Angelito actually reminded me of a shade in the Smoke Sessions palette, which is called Sweet Tooth. So my Smoke Sessions palette is really beat up just because the formula on the shimmer shades in this palette are really like crumbly. That's like my least favorite part about this palette, is like it's mostly a shimmer palette and they like crumble really badly. But I'm hoping that this Muerte palette, it already looks a little different, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be super crumbly like Smoke Sessions is. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch this. Oh, I forgot to mention that this palette did retail for $58. So let's go ahead and swatch. So the first swatch I'm going to be doing is called Angelito. Oh yeah, this one definitely feels different compared to the formula on the Smoke Sessions palette. It feels like more tightly pressed in there, which is nice because, again, Smoke Sessions was super crumbly. So again, this is in the shade Angelito. Wow, what a beautiful swatch. Next up is the shade called Lágrimas, which means like tears in English. Here is that one. So this one is a shimmer and this one's a matte. Next up is the shade called Duelo, which means like kind of like hurt, like when you're hurting for somebody. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Next up we have the shade Panteon, which means cemetery. Cemetery. So this is a gray, like a dark gray. Hopefully all my swatches fit on my arm. And next up is the shade Noche Eterna, which means never-ending night. This one's really dark. It's blue. Ooh, look at that. And I am wiping my fingers on this, and they have like a dark base. Like, they're not coming off. I'm gonna need like a makeup wipe because just like with this piece of fabric, it's not coming off. Next up, I'm swatching the shade called Katrina. This is like a deepened blue shimmer. Ooh, that one's super pretty. Looks like it has like blue purple glitter in it. It's really, really pretty. Next up is the shade Velorio. Velorio. I know what it means, but I can't think of the word in English. Velorio. Isn't that like when people go and like pray when they're in the casket? So this is like this is a really pretty color. This is kind of like a burgundy brown type of color. It's really, really pretty. Wow, that shade is beautiful. Next up, the shade is called Sangre, which means blood. And this is kind of like a burnt violet, not violet, like a burnt fuchsia type of shade. I don't know, it's super pretty. Wow, that is beautiful. I feel like I'm like already like, ooh, I love this palette, but the shades are really, really pretty. Next up, I have the shade Corazon, which means heart. Ooh, nice. And then the last shade right here is called Calaca. And I'm not really sure what that means. This shade is actually feels more buttery than Angelito does. You can kind of see in the me swatching it, it's kind of crumbly a little bit compared to the first one, which is Angelito. But Calaca, I'm going to have to Google that because I'm not sure. So this is kind of like a beige. I feel like I'm kind of removing it a little bit as I'm swatching it. I don't know. It looks like it has like a gold shift to it, like a beigey gold. It's really, really pretty. But here are my swatches. These are, I just noticed I have a hole in my shirt. Pretend you didn't see that. But look how pretty these swatches are. Ooh, like really pigmented. I think I'm going to get like some fallout too because these are super pigmented. I'm removing these, but you can see that it does like stain a little bit. So I would just note that it will probably stain your lids a little bit, but it's kind of coming off already, so maybe you'll be fine. It's not too bad. So after swatching all those, I kind of want to go into the reds because they're super pretty. I think I want to do like a red smoky eye. And then maybe I can do like the greens on the lower lash line. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, before we keep going, actually, I want to do comparisons. So I'm going to swatch Angelito in this Muerte palette. Here it is. Make sure I'm all dried up. So here's Angelito. And then I'm going to compare it to the Smoke Sessions shade Sweet Tooth, which is this one right here. And I'm just going to tap it because, again, it's super crumbly. Oh yeah, you can already tell it's two different colors. The Sweet Tooth is more green. The top one's more teal, whereas the bottom one's more greenish. So that's kind of good that they're not similar. And then I want to swatch from the same palette. I'm going to swatch the shade Duelo, which is like a kind of like a deepened teal shade. And then I'm going to swatch the shade Space Queen in Smoke Sessions palette. So those two shades are kind of similar. I think they're pretty similar. So again, the top one is in Muerte, and then the bottom one is the Smoke Sessions one. So I didn't think there was any like shade comparisons really, or shade like similar shades in the Gemini palettes compared to this Muerte palette. So I think we're going to skip on comparing these two. I'm going to swatch a shade from the 27 palette, which I was looking at the shade Moonchild, which is like this red-brown color right here. And just by kind of looking at it side by side, it doesn't look the same. Yeah, this one's more brown, but we'll just compare the two. And then I was going to compare, these ones look more red. Now that I swatched it, they're not going to match. So I'll go with Velorio, which is this one. So this one's more of a purple, deepened purple, and then this one's more of like a maroon, deepened maroon. So yeah. Ooh, those three colors together are beautiful. Look at these three. So the only ones that are really like similar was this shade, these deepened teals shades right there. But other than that, other shades that I kind of looked in side by side, it didn't really look like any other shades really looked the same. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into my tutorial on me playing with this palette. Again, I'm going to use the burgundy shades on the top, and then I'm going to do the blues on the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a fluffy brush right here. I like to put a rag on my leg just so I can kind of like clean off my brushes. So I'm going to go in with the shade called Corazon, which is the bright red in here. Hopefully, I'm thinking it's going to have fallout because all the other ones do. So hopefully I didn't regret my decision about doing my foundation on camera. I just didn't want to scare you guys with my skin. So again, I'm just going to apply this in my crease. And I just went really light-handed because I figured these are going to be super pigmented. So I'd rather go in with a little bit at a time and blend it out and then reapply as I need it. And yeah, there's kickback on the pan. Next up, I'm going to take a smaller, like more precise brush, like this brush right here. This is the Coastal Scents Classic Blending Brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade called Sangre, which is the one right next to Corazon. I'm like really happy I was able to pick this up, you guys. Like, I'm loving the color scheme in this. It's really unique. And whoa, I went in with too much. So I'm just going to apply this in my crease. The only bad thing about like super pigmented shadows is that if you do not go light-handed, this will happen. And it is easier to blend shadows out with a little bit at a time than like right now that I'm trying to blend it out. Like, it's not super hard to kind of blend it out, but it can be. So you just gotta be careful. Sometimes shadows that are like too pigmented, kind of like S-U-C-K, I don't know if I can say that word or not, but because sometimes you can have difficulty to blend it out, but look, it's blending out pretty okay, I think, so that's good. If you buy this palette from Melt, I say definitely go light-handed. So now on my lids, I'm going to take the shade called Velorio, which is the deepest from the reddish tone family. And I'm just going to take it with a flat shader brush because I really want to pack this color onto my eyelid. And I'm also going to tap off excess because I don't want that all over my face. And I'm just going to pat it onto my lid. If you want your base to be super dark, you could also apply like a black liner or like the NYX Jumbo pencil in black. And then this will really, the lid will be deepened up. But it doesn't look patchy or anything. Me just tapping it on. You don't want to swipe on because then you'll get rid of some of the color. You want to tap on the shade. And so far I have no fallout on my face, which is really, really nice. So I want to go back in with this shade called Corazon, this like bright red color. And I want to apply it in my crease more just because I want to intensify that red more. I feel like the shade Velorio and Sangre, like on the lids, they kind of look like the same, like right now with like a smoky eye. But when you swatch them, they definitely look different. So I'm going to apply this black liner from Makeup Forever. It's in the shade 0L. It's just a black. And I'm also going to apply it when I tightline as well, just to kind of make sure that lash line is really dark. Because I'm going to be applying lashes in a bit. So now I'm going to go on the lower lash line and I'm going to go in with the shade called Duelo, which is the teal shade in this palette. Ooh, I wonder if I should do the dark blue instead. Ooh. I'm going to go in with this brush right here, which is a Morphe brush. It came in a set, but just like any flat shader brush like this. I think I'm going to go with the blue, because why not? So this one called Noche Eterna. And I'm just going to go really close to my lower lashes just to kind of apply this color. And then I'm going to go in with a more fluffier brush and blend it out. So I'm going to go in with my classic blending brush, the one that I use in my crease. And I'm actually going to go in with Duelo, the teal shade. And I'm going to blend out that blue with that color. And I want to like smoke it out. I don't have any fallout still, which is nice because I've been tapping my brush before applying it, which has really helped. So I'm going to apply one more shade to my inner corners, which is going to be the shade called Calaca. This one right here. And I'm just going to be applying that in my inner corners just to kind of open up this look a little bit because it's really, really dark. Ooh, this is super pretty. It does have like a lot of fallout. This has the same formula as Smoke Sessions. Like those shimmers, how they are. So I'm just going to apply lashes and mascara off of camera, and I'll be right back to show you the final look. So here is the final look. The lashes I am wearing are actually Tati lashes in the style TL Mitchell's. And then on my lips, I am wearing this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Caramel Cake. I applied this, but I don't know if I love the way it looks. I don't know. This is what I applied. So overall, what do I think of this Muerte palette? I love it. To be honest with you guys, I really, really like it. I actually filmed with Conspiracy Palette yesterday, and I didn't really love the look I created using it. It was like a first impressions, and I think I'm going to scratch it because, to be honest, I didn't love the eye look, and I felt kind of confused with my thoughts on Conspiracy. Here is a sneak peek of the palette. I'm sure you guys all know what it looks like, but again, I filmed with it, and the look that I had in mind just didn't come through with the look that I ended up creating. But with this one right here, I just feel like I wanted a red dark smoky eye, and that's what I got. I got a bluish lower lash line, and that's what I got. Like, I like really like this palette a lot. The only downside is that it is like super pigmented and like extra like powdery, so you have to be careful. But overall, it's actually a really beautiful palette. I love the color scheme in here. This shade right here, Calaca, is really powdery. I did have like a lot of a fallout, like goldish flakes on like around my nose area, and I don't really see a lot of fallout. I do see some a little bit, probably like the blue, but if you do your eyes first and then your foundation, you'll be fine. So again, I love this palette. I would definitely recommend if you're eyeing it, pick it up. Again, if you have like these other palettes that I compared to it, only one shade really was like really like close together, but other than that, like these shades are totally different from the other palettes. And again, I really like this palette. I'm definitely happy I picked it up. So if you guys enjoyed this video tutorial and comparisons, definitely give this video a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.